Thanks for joining me for this tour of the Vault of Glass. This is the jumping puzzle part. The first place a lot of us got a real taste for what our guardians can do, so I thought it'd be appropriate to start this video off here. And what I'm going to be talking about today is mobility. And I'm going to be showing you guys some cool clips as well as giving you guys some tips in between. Like this slide, it helps you mitigate fall damage if you have enough forward momentum. And we've been pushing the limits of mobility in this game. This has been a developer's nightmare because of the way that people have found to bypass so many different areas in the new Dark Below raid. It's been pretty crazy. You could jump over the lamps at one point. There were so many tricks. And you kind of continue to expand on that when you move into PvP, and that's going to be the main focus of this video. I'm going to be showing you guys some of my personal top tips for the Crucible when it comes to getting around this map. Being a ninja is still something that's really fun to do, and it's something that can be made easier if you have specific perks like the Angel of Light one. And this is not going to be a specific breakdown on one character. It's going to be more of a generalized mobility tutorial, I guess you can call it. And the first thing that you're going to need to know is that this is all based off of the radar. Awareness is going to be a big part of this video. It's really what's going to tell you where you need to be and how you're going to do things. So if you want to get the most out of this video, make sure to keep checking out the radar so then you understand how these plays are set up. Another part that's going to be very important in this video is speed. How you get from point A to point B in the fastest manner is what's going to make the difference. A lot of the times you don't have time to think. You just got to go with the flow and try to hit these opportunities before they close on you. Now, a good thing to know in Destiny is how the mechanics of jumping works, how you get extra speed, and all the classes are unique. The Blade Dancer is by far the quickest class though, and it has some great abilities to get around the map. I've now started using Blink, and that's a very in-depth perk. So that's going to be outside of the scope of this video, but in another one I definitely like to talk about Blink. We can also talk about some fun combos like the flying knee with the catapult ability on the Titan. That's also a really quick way to get around, and you can change directions with it really quick. You can make a Titan a very fast character. And did you know that a Blade Dancer's ability only lasts for 15 seconds? And it's actually going to be more like 12 seconds because they use up energy each time they use their arc blade. So if you see somebody trying to move very quickly, they're going to be losing out on energy. The only thing that negates that is Mask of the Third Man. So typically, you're going to see somebody run with Blade Dancer around 12 seconds. And knowing what you're up against is going to dictate how you're going to move. Somebody with rockets, what I like to do is try to bait some out. And the next little skill that I'm going to show you is unique to the Hunter class. This jump lets you get off of the map momentarily and then coming back in. So I want to show you guys some examples of this because it can actually be used in a lot of areas in this game. And when you go into these areas, people think about them as out of bounds, so they don't really take them into account when they're playing, and you can catch a lot of people by surprise here. You can see this guy, he's like, what just happened? And the Hunter class actually has one of the easiest jumps to work with. It has a good triple jump that you can control. It can give you a lot of height. You can make small adjustments with it. I'm gonna say that it's a very friendly jump. It's something that we're all used to. It's like Mario with 3 jumps. And if you're somebody new to this game, I suggest you guys try out the Hunter because that's actually the way that I started off. Then I migrated to things that were different like the Glide, because if you're somebody that's never played a character like this, it's going to seem very unfamiliar. So I started off with a Hunter, a jump that I could understand. But when you become comfortable with the other characters, you're going to be able to use their jumps in a slightly different way, but you can still get around very quickly with them. And I'm going to show you another example of jumping outside of the bounds where people don't really think about it. And the Warlock has an ability called Boost, the Titan has a catapult one, and you can use all these abilities to get around faster. On the Warlock, you can actually do a cancellation. If you want to do bunny hops, you press it 3 times. So once to do your normal jump, second time to activate your booster, and then the third one to cancel it so you can hit the ground and do it again. So this is going to continue on, but I'm going to take a little break again to talk about awareness because it's just so important. You can see the surprise on his face. Now I noticed my radar go off. This guy spawned very quickly, and I'm going to feel bad about this because for one, he is the same guy. 2, he's a Titan and he has a super. And these are things that you have to be aware of when you're going up against people. If you notice their lights blinking, then something may be going wrong for you at that moment. take care of yourself first, because if you don't notice people around you, you can't go after anybody else. You first have to protect yourself. So here we have a guy that is pretty concerned with trying to kill me and feeling safe in his bubble. But if he took the time to look at me and notice, I have my super, which is the paper to the rock he's hiding under. And at this point, it's over for him. If you run away right away and notice these things, it's going to make all the difference, because mobility is a game of cat and mouse. It works both ways. And if you're fast enough, because I can't stress how fast you have to notice these things, then you're going to be able to get away. Now look at this, here's somebody trying to pull my own move on me, but I'm gonna go ahead and just backpedal because I'm familiar with the ninja jump. I'm also very familiar with my radar. Now check out the guy that's reinforcing him. He is off to the left, and you can get around in this game very fast. If you queue in jumps with your boosters and slides, which keep you off the radar, you're gonna be able to get to somebody before they can notice you coming. Now let's take another time out for a small tutorial on sliding. So there's a lot of hidden cooldowns in Destiny, and sliding has one. After you hit the third slide, it's going to make it harder to pick up and run as well as slide again. Now there is a way to bypass this. You're going to have to extend your run in between the second and third a little bit longer, and then it's going to help you out with the cooldown. But what ends up happening is that the fourth slide gets counted as the first slide, and then when you get to the third slide, the cooldown is going to kick in again. So it's going to take a little bit of practice if you're somebody that wants to learn how to slide a lot without getting caught into this cooldown. Now I'm going to finish this one off with a nice run here of how you should be moving up on somebody. I find because this isn't one of those shooters that has active covering like Gears of War, that a lot of people disregard it. And there is a lot of cover in this game that allows you to move up to the comfortable distance that you're trying to achieve depending on your weapons. Obviously sometimes you need to get to a flag, so you're just going to have to play into whatever range you're going to have to get into. I myself use a shotgun sniper combo, and it makes me feel very comfortable at all ranges. Depending on what weapons you have, that's how you're going to want to pretty much mobilize yourself to the position that you want to be in. You can't always expect to do really well with a shotgun at mid distance by just running up on a guy. You may want to start off with another weapon, and the reason for that is people engage people based on what weapons they think they have, right? If you notice, I engage somebody with rockets a lot different than I'm going to engage somebody with an assault rifle. And when people see snipers in the back, usually they'll try to charge them. If you have a shotgun waiting for them, they're going to think twice about moving in that close. And weapon combos make a big difference, so I thought I'd just throw that out there. And that's it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys enjoyed it or want to see more in-depth stuff, let me know in the comments. If you have your own tips to add on how to get around faster, or just some cool stuff to mention, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Paper, cut to you with PlanetDestiny, and I'll see you guys next time.